know how, like, back when, like, new metal was popular and stuff, you'd see a lot of dudes, like, white dudes, and they'd have, like, dreadlocks and stuff. He's like that, he's that guy, he's that character. He's, like, into, like, rap and stuff, horrorcore, but they gave him, like, I don't know, like, characters, especially in older movies, instead of just having it be, like, a dude who dresses, normally, which is how it is in real life. They made it like a dude who, like, it almost seems like it's like out of like a comedy movie, the way they did it, because like he always like puts on like this fake accent and stuff, and like, I don't know, and like I grew up with family who listened to stuff like Insane Clown Posse and stuff like that. Like, they made him look like almost like a juggalo or something, but there's no juggalo or anything in the movie, but I'm just saying. So the police, they're questioning that guy because they think that he committed the assault. But in the meantime, that's when the psychologist guy and his friends go down to the cabin, and that guy comes with them. When they're over there, they want to do like a little bit of a study on like what scares people. And so eventually, like, the doll, slowly people notice, like, it kind of looks like it's moving, and it kind of looks like it's alive. And it's a very human-like doll. It kind of reminds me, like, have you ever seen Bicentennial Man? How there's, like, the weird, like, lifelike guy in there. I haven't seen it, but I believe that one's like a robot. Robin Williams. Anyway, that's what the guy looks like. I'll see if I can actually find a photo. Morty. Morty. This is what it looks like. Like that. And so he's this dude who's like made of wood, and he looks very lifelike, doesn't he? I guess that was the purpose, but over the course of the film, he starts actually moving around, you can see here. And so it takes a long time for anything to happen, but eventually the people start dying. It turns out that the dude with the dreadlocks, he was in fact the assaulter. Like, he actually did it. I think he like falls down the floor or something into this area and dies. And then later on, there's this dude who's there. You're led to believe this other dude is like the assaulter because he's also like got like these tattoos and stuff. And he's like a typical kind of gang member type of dude. Like, so they're kind of giving you the red herring throughout the movie. Like, they're thinking, oh, maybe it wasn't this dude the cops questioned, maybe it was this other guy. It turns out the other guy is actually a criminal too. He had like stolen some money or something. And so he was there with the sister of the main guy, like the sister of the psychologist guy. And something happened. It's been a while since I watched it, but something happens and he dies. And then eventually, everyone except for the main psychologist guy and his girlfriend are dead. And like, Morty's coming out of the water, doing his like bicentennial kind of like robot walk. And then the dude basically tells Morty like, hey look, Morty, go away or something like that. Like, he shows Morty he's not scared. And so Morty leaves. And that's it. They don't destroy him or anything. He just goes into the water and disappears. So then later on, you see this little kid moves into that house because he sold it. And the psychologist guy also tells his teacher, who he was, his professor, that he's dropping out of psychology. And by the way, the professor is played by Wes Craven, the Nightmare on Elm Street director, stuff like that. And so he leaves. They put the house up for sale, and you see a little kid kicking his you see Morty's foot hold the soccer ball down and then lift the soccer ball up. And then the kid says to Morty, "Are you a bad guy?" And then like you just see Morty kind of holding the soccer ball, and the movie kind of ends like that. One interesting thing about it is it had like a horrorcore soundtrack. It had like Esham, and I think Gravediggers was on there as well. It was pretty good. It had a really unique soundtrack, and there's also a music video that I think Esham made where like, you see him like so it's him doing like the rap and the song, and it's like Morty's theme. He's like, "Morty." It's a funny song. But at the end of the music video, you like see a woman running down a theater, and like there's a man exiting the movie theater, and it just looks like a normal man. But then it turns around, it's Morty, and he's got like this face like he's about to drop kick somebody. He's just like. And then I also went to see How to Train Your Dragon at a movie theater recently. I'd never seen the original ones, but this new one was really good. I didn't really know what to expect, but it was like a bit of a comedy, but also an adventure kind of fantasy movie. It was good. One thing I like, because I saw it in the theaters, I don't like it when movie theaters are too loud. I kind of like it when movie theaters play more quiet movies, like comedies or drama movies, stuff where it's not like a horror thing. But I mean, yeah. Other than that, I don't know. I don't watch too many movies because, like, I don't know about you, but I find that I enjoy more making art rather than just like watching it. If you're watching and you like painting, or maybe you like making music, or you like filmmaking or YouTube or things like that, anything like that, digital art, I think that's more fun than watching art that other people made. And I don't know about you, but it seems like as time goes by, there's less and less desire to really make art for yourself or just for any reason at all. Like it's mostly just, I don't know, I guess you could say kind of not oversaturated, but it's like I feel like most stuff has been said. But yeah. And I don't know. I guess that goes for the most part to music too. I don't know. Does anyone else who's watching just feel like, in general, nothing ever really goes on? It's just kind of same thing. It's a very strange thing, because on one hand it's good because nothing really bad or unexpected happens, but on the other hand, there's not really much to do in order to feel fulfilled. I enjoy doing these videos, for example, though sometimes it can be difficult to come up with ideas, and I'm also a bit hampered by the low budget at the moment. So, I do have a few ideas for what I could do for future videos, and I always take suggestions, and I'd be very happy to upgrade stuff as I can. It's weird. In a previous video, I talked about how you want to live in the present as opposed to dwelling on the past, focusing solely on the future. But it's very, very boring in the present. But the thing is, if you don't focus on it, then no real positive change will happen. Perhaps you've noticed differently, but it seems like that's kind of the way it is right now. I don't know. so that later on I can fix up that car again, because the check engine light came on once more, as it is prone to do. But then I want to see if I can save for a little bit of, like, I guess just so that I can have something, and then maybe eventually to get like a lease on like a newer vehicle, I think. But I also want to get some sort of more education. I don't know. Maybe it's just a problem if you're not where you would like to be in life. Or maybe it's a universal thing. If you're watching now, do you feel like you find yourself stuck a lot of the time? I don't know. It's a good question. See, I don't know a lot, but there's always the need for knowledge. The need for personal growth. I was also watching a video about this show. It's called, like, it translates from Women True Cases. It's like Mujer, or something like that, Mejer. Mejer, I believe. And, like, it started off, it's a Mexican show. It started off about, there was an earthquake in 1985. And they were trying to tell the stories of the people who were there and hopefully help people who went missing. And it was like, there were episodes early on about, like, romance and stuff. Just like, light stories, stuff that you could watch with your family, even like comedy. And then later on, the show started getting really dark. There's an episode where a guy apparently, like, goes nuts and thinks he's a bullfighter and then kills his family. And there's like an episode where this guy is like asking this kid who they can't get even like proper television reception. They're like poor. And this guy outside's telling this kid that he should come with him because he'll give him some balloons. And the kid eventually follows him. And then later on, the kid's outside against, like, he's sitting against a wall, and there's like this thing next to him, like a little container, and he's got bandages over his eyes. And then the mom comes out and takes the bandages off, and the kid's eyes are gone, because I guess the guy, like, sold the kid's eyes. And in that box next to him was, like, some money, so I guess he was, like, an organ trafficker or something. And then you see the mom burn the money at the end. There's an episode of a girl who's, like, afraid of werewolves. And she goes to this party with her family, and people are acting really weird there and staring at her. And eventually you see, like, this point of view of a hairy hand that's, like, beckoning her to come over. And then she goes over to there, to the hand. And then later on they find her dead in, like, a garbage bag. It's like a really weird transition of topics for a TV show that was originally more lighthearted. And two, it's just something like you wouldn't think that you would see on, like, daytime television. And it's like, what the heck? But I don't know, it's like a telenovela kind of thing. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting shows like that. It'd be cool to be able to get into, like, acting or being extras on a TV show like that, getting some roles. It'd be neat. I don't know, that's one thing I've always found strange. People focus on the film industry from, like, the US, but there's so many different film industries in different countries that make really great stuff, but you never really hear about it. You never hear about those movies or anything. Like Hong Kong, there's a bunch of really cool movies from over there. In the Philippines, they make a lot of cool movies. One weird series is called Shake, Rattle, and Roll. Actually, my favorite celebrity from the Philippines, Cris Villonco's from there. She used to make music, and now she makes, like, she was in ads for a soda called Pop Cola, which I wanted to try, but they don't make it anymore. They just still make like Sarsi, but Pop Gold is gone. And yeah, she's been on like plays and shows and stuff like that. But there's a really cool film industry there. Like, it'd be neat to make movies over there, but again, you'd need a decent amount of money for that, even with the exchange rate. If I ever do get to like, I don't know, a few 100,000 subscribers, and I'm able to provide for the people around me, and I'm able to actually start like traveling and doing stuff, I'd like to maybe make some like movies over there, like actual like low budget kind of movies. Like, I do have ideas for movies that are mostly like mysteries or horror stuff. Though I'd be up for making comedy, anything really. See, I don't know about you watching, but for me, if I'm not doing something creative and don't have a creative outlet, it feels like I'm kind of wasting my time. Not with these videos. These videos are my creative outlet right now. But I just mean in general. Are there any artists who are watching who feel that way? And the sad thing is, if you don't really see any response to your art, it is discouraging. People are slamming. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. I do have some synopsis for movies, but no budget to film them, and it'd be something I put on like a back burner. I'm really hoping that this channel will grow and do well. It would be nice, you know, because I enjoy that I can help people and feel as if people like me for me. But yeah, it's interesting, like, when it comes to film industries, I've never really wanted to be a huge part of like the film industries of North America. I've always wanted to be in like films that were in like, I don't know, Hong Kong or the Philippines or something like that. I just find that those productions are a lot more interesting. But who knows? Again, that's just one person's opinion. But yeah, this was kind of a shorter video, but I don't know. I can talk more about movies in the future if you guys like, or any other topics. But I'm gonna get to work on more videos, so I hope you like this one. Have a great day or night, whichever. And just above all else,